Building emotional resilience, the cultural keys to mental strength. Explore how cultural backgrounds shape emotional resilience, coping strategies, and stress management for stronger mental fortitude and psychological well being. Building emotional resilience through cultural lenses. Hey, have you ever thought about how culture shapes the way we handle life's ups and downs? Like, emotional resilience isn't just something you build in isolation, it's deeply influenced by where you come from, the traditions you grow up around, and the ways your community teaches you to cope. It's kind of fascinating when you sit back and really consider it. So, what exactly is emotional resilience in a cultural context? Simply put, it's how people from different backgrounds develop their mental fortitude and emotional strength to overcome stress and adversity. Every culture has its own set of coping strategies and approaches to stress management, which can shape one's psychological resilience in unique ways. For example, in many indigenous cultures, resilience comes from a strong connection to community and nature. Storytelling, rituals, and shared experiences provide a framework for healing and emotional support. That sense of belonging and collective strength is a powerful tool. On the other hand, some Western cultures prioritize individualism and self reliance, which often means people lean more on personal emotional intelligence and internal resources when facing challenges. One interesting thing is how these cultural differences affect the way people learn to regulate their emotions. In some East Asian cultures, there's a big emphasis on harmony and maintaining balance within the group, which leads people to develop emotional restraint as a form of strength. In contrast, certain Mediterranean cultures might encourage more open emotional expression, viewing it as a way to build connection and resilience. Of course, these aren't hard and fast rules, but they show how cultural frameworks shape how we build resilience. It's important to recognize that emotional resilience isn't just toughing it out. It involves emotional intelligence, basically understanding your feelings, regulating your reactions, and empathizing with others, which is nurtured differently depending on cultural context. Have you heard of the book Ripple Effects: Transforming Tiny Traumas? It's a fantastic resource that talks about those subtle, everyday emotional hits and how they build up over time. What's cool is the book also touches on how small cultural nuances can impact the way these tiny traumas ripple through our mental framework. The idea is that by acknowledging these layers, you can develop better psychological resilience and a more nuanced approach to healing and coping. It really shines a light on the fact that coping and emotional strength aren't one size fits all. The methods that work for one culture or individual might not translate well for another, which means a lot of the traditional stress management techniques you've heard about might need a cultural tweak to be truly effective. So, if you're interested in building your own emotional resilience, it might be worth reflecting on your cultural background and values. Ask yourself, what kind of emotional communication was encouraged in your family or community? How did your culture approach hardship? Was it with stoicism, open discussion, or collective action? Are there rituals or practices you've been somewhat disconnected from that could actually help strengthen your coping strategies? For instance, many cultures have healing rituals, mindfulness practices, or even simple social customs that promote emotional well being. Rediscovering or adapting these to your own life can add a powerful layer to your mental fortitude. And honestly, it's also about being open to learning from others. Cross cultural exchange can provide fresh perspectives on emotional intelligence and resilience. Sometimes borrowing a little from elsewhere can create a more balanced approach to managing stress than sticking rigidly to one tradition. In the end, building emotional resilience culturally is about honoring where you came from while also being adaptable. It's about understanding the ripple effects small experiences have on your emotional state, appreciating how culture shapes emotional responses, and finding personalized ways to build strength that fits your own life. If this sounds like something you want to explore more, definitely check out Ripple Effects Transforming Tiny Traumas. It offers some great insights and practical advice that consider those cultural angles. Purchase the book now. It's a solid tool for anyone looking to improve their psychological resilience and emotional strength with a fresh perspective. All right, that's it from me today. Hopefully, this gives you some food for thought on how culture colors not just what we feel, but how we grow stronger through the challenges we face.